another very cerebral Nigerian. Sometimes when I watch him on television, I always say that when I grow up, I want to be like this man. Very sharp-witted, very, very cool, calm, and collected. He's a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Accountants, FCA. I'm also an FCA. I always say that. I'm a friend of the Chartered Accountant. He's a fellow. I'm a friend. FCA is FCA. Mr. Gabriel Idaosa, FCA. Today, the Trade Promotion Board is led by Vice President of the Chamber, a member of Council, Engineer Leye Kupolui. And in case you have not met her, because she's very gentle, she's very easygoing, you cannot even see her in the crowd. We had to spot her out. She's wearing face cap this afternoon just to hide her identity. Please permit me to present the dynamic, indefatigable Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the person of Dr. Chinyere. Sorry, I have to go through the book so that I don't make a mistake in pronouncing your name. Dr. Chinyere Amona, she's FCA. Oh, thank you for bringing her forward. You're welcome, ma. So, with that said, I can say welcome to Coralpay, but my welcome does not hold salt. The man who is empowered to formally welcome you to this forum is taking the podium next. The President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Please allow me to stand on the protocol already established by the Director of Ceremonies. But let me, of course, welcome our good friends from Coralpay who are having their day today. Of course, the Deputy President, you are very well recognized, Mr. Dahosa, FCA, Director General Chinyere Almona, FCA, members of council here present, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the council and entire membership of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I am very pleased to welcome you all to the Coralpay Special Day event at the ongoing Lagos International Trade Fair, LITF. Our generic theme for the annual fair is connecting businesses, creating value. This theme underscores the importance of relationships and trade partnerships. The theme also underscores and underlines the value of interactions between producers, service providers, and of course the end users. The fintech industry has advanced quickly over the past 10 years, with Africa leading the way in the global fintech revolution. It is not surprising, of course, that 5 of the 7 unicorns on our continent of Africa were founded in Nigeria. Can you please clap for Nigeria? With 3 of them being fintech startups. The fintech industry got 63% of $1.37 billion US dollars. Startups capital raised in Nigeria in the year 2021, with over hundreds of thousands of SMEs benefiting from disruptions in the fintech ecosystem. Since Nigeria has consistently been regarded as one of the top 5 leading African countries in fintech innovations, the annual industry growth projection stood at 12%, and revenue increase predicted to be $543.3 million US dollars for the current year, from the 2017 projection of $153.1 million US dollars. Nigeria has achieved 64% financial inclusion, and the feat so far achieved has been ascribed to the growing youth population, also the improved investors' confidence in African fintech, also increasing consumer sophistication, also the tenacity of the populace towards convenience and growth-led policies that is reflected by deepening mobile and internet penetration in Nigeria and in Africa. Despite these milestones, the industry growth is confronted with increased data security breaches, private exposition, cybercrime, and fraud risk, as well as costly infrastructures, poor electricity supply, and tense macroeconomic environment. All of this have hindered the penetration of fintech services into areas with low financial literacy and income. It is imperative to reiterate the benefits of the recent passage of the Nigeria Startup Bill, NSB, which came into law, which is now recognized as the Nigeria Startup Act of 2022. Aside from the creation of the Startup Fund, the Act also establishes the National Council for Digital Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The Council has institutional powers over startups and the responsibility to formulate policies that encourage the development of startups, also monitor and evaluate startup regulatory frameworks, approve and support startup programs, such as giving of grants. We therefore commend the remarkable contributions of the management and leadership of Coralpay that has initiated and played a major role in the success story of fintech ecosystem in Nigeria, especially with the recent talks with telecoms to extend mobile phone insurance payments. Can you please clap for our good friends? Thank you. We want to see, as a forward-looking organization, you are also a customer-centered company committed to providing payment services and solutions to customers through excellence, innovation, and strategic partnerships. Coralpay has contributed immensely to the development of the payment system in Nigeria. This year's trade fair is specially packaged to showcase innovations in goods and services of indigenous and homegrown businesses and enterprises in Africa, thereby giving them a platform to connect with partners and investors across the world. Against the backdrop of the calibration of global supply chains as induced by the COVID-19 pandemic, Ukraine-Russia war is also there, and of course the global inflation. There is a need to invent new methods and models of doing business, digital payments. Which have become one of the most potent driving forces of business operations across the globe. The overarching goal of this trade fair is to create value by supporting the marketing aspirations of our exhibitors, including domestic investors, foreign investors, bilateral trade agencies, multinationals, conglomerates, and unicorns like Coralpay. As recently projected by the CBN, that the fintech sector would soon start doing better than traditional banks and might disrupt their profitability. We therefore task the management of Coralpay to remain committed to becoming the preferred payment processing partner of choice for consumers, merchants, and institutions of all sizes and sectors with cost-effective, secure payment services and solutions. At this year's trade fair, we are featuring some African countries in the African Hall, hosted by Afri-Exim Bank as a practical way to promote AFCFTA and boost intra-Africa trade. The countries include Ghana, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, Rwanda, South Sudan, Cameroon, among others. I therefore welcome my African brothers and sisters to Lagos, the Center of Excellence. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is very proud to be associated with Coralpay in its push for a more effective payment system. I confirm that this fair is enriched with extensive media content deployed across the traditional and social media platforms to give more publicity and add value to our exhibitors, our sponsors, and of course our partners. On a closing note, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am very glad to welcome you all very warmly to the Coralpay Special Day at the 2022 Lagos International Trade Fair. Thank you very much for your attention.
Growing up, I used to hear about Enugu International Trade Fair, Kaduna International Trade. I recall that when I was serving youth corps in Bauchi, I attended Kaduna International Trade Fair. I don't know if they still hold them. The Lagos International Trade Fair is the oldest, the longest, and the best platform to connect businesses in Africa. Coralpay Technology Nigeria Limited, you're on course, and of course, it's your turn now as I invite Mr. Tike Zuzu, Head Product and Marketing, to please make his presentation.
Thank you very much. Standing on existing protocols. Good morning, afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chike Umozuzu. I'm the head of products and marketing at Coralpay, Nigeria Limited. We are a fintech, and what we do is to recognize problems in the payment industry, in the payment sector, and bring up solutions, to help solve those problems. And I want to use this opportunity to thank the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry for this platform. This should be the first tech hub organized by LCCI, if I'm correct. And that is a very good thing. Yeah. So that shows that LCCI is forward-looking and they recognize, the trends where businesses are going and the things needed for businesses to thrive. So without wasting much of our time, I have a presentation on who Coralpay is, who we are, what we do, and I'd like, the slide to come up. So, Coralpay, who we are a CBN licensed payment switching and processing company. So what that means is that we help to facilitate payments and make interoperability possible. So in essence, if EA wants to do a transaction with any other bank, they will need a switch to sit in between them and make that handshake happen. So that is in the electronic payment space, and that is what Coralpay does as a switch. We are also a payment solution service provider, meaning that we build payment solutions for banks, for businesses. So if you have a business and you're looking for the best way to accept payments, you can meet us and we will help you find the best solutions. We will build that solution for you. We have a team of qualified and seasoned engineers that know what is required to make this happen. We are also a non-bank acquirer and a third-party processor for Visa and MasterCard. Now, in the space where we play, in the fintech industry, you will be required to, show that you have the capacity and the capability to deliver on what you have promised or what you claim. So we have some certifications here. We are ISO 27001 information security compliant, which means that if you're doing business with us, you are sure that your information is in safe hands. We are NDPR compliant, which also looks after customers' data to make sure that any information you're sharing with us as a customer is well protected. We are PCI PIN certified, PCI DSS certified, and ISO 22301 Business Continuity Management System compliant. So these are some of the certifications we have. So I would like to mention some of our partners, but before then, I know for some of us, we may have heard Coralpay, we may not have heard Coralpay, but I can make references to, other players like us in the industry. So we have players like other switches like InterSwitch, Remita. These are switches, and that is also where we belong. We got our license as a switch in 2018, and we have been operating since then. So our partners include banks, PSBs, that's payment service banks, and we have MMOs, switches, super agents, billers, telecommunication, and governments as our partners. So we are practically connected to all the major banks in Nigeria, including UBA. UBA is also one of our customers. And we also have, I could see that MTN is also participating here. We are also in a good relationship with them. So let me just go straight to our products and services. So we have the product we call Seagate USSD. Seagate USSD. That's our flagship product, our novel product. And we have transaction switching and processing. That is a service that we offer. We have DigiPOS, we have FinPay, we have Pay with Bank Transfer, we have NQR, which we got from NIBS. We have Coralpay Payment Gateway, and we have our bill aggregation platform. So I'm going to start with Seagate USSD. So I don't know if they can play. I have a video showing what Seagate USSD is about. It's just a very short video. Over there. Okay, he's getting to that. So while we are getting onto the video, Seagate USSD is Coralpay's innovative solution that enables you to pay with unstructured supplementary service data technology. So today, you may hear banks advertising dial star, this, star, this to make payment. So that is paying, that is, okay, not this one, there is another video. So that is the banks using the USSD technology. Okay, so yeah, this is the video. Do we have volume? Okay. So while that is coming up, so what Seagate USSD does is that it enables interoperability between banks to use USSD to make payments. So today, if you want to make a purchase,
you get food joint where you like to chop, and you realize your card no do work. You fit still make wait, no scroll. I won't tell you something. I don't hear about Seagate USSD for POS. Like say you enter that supermarket now and you realize say you no carry your card come off for house, or you enter that open get food joint where you like to chop, and you realize say your card no gree work. You fit still make payment to come make I show you how you go do them. You see this option for POS. Now in the Seagate USSD for POS, you go fit use and pay for anything, even if you no carry your card come off for house. You go just tell the cashier say na Seagate USSD you won't use pay for wetin you don't buy. The cashier will select that option for you. You go come enter the amount of anything where you don't buy. My own amount now for this transaction now 500 naira. As I enter my amount, I go hit enter. The POS will come generate a unique USSD code for me, 4-digit USSD code when I go use complete transaction for my phone. My own code now, it don't generate my own code. My own code now 5206. Now the code dey under this amount. As the code don't come out, you will come carry your phone, you go dial am for your phone. You go dial your bank code *901, 9 be my own bank code, *000, star that USSD way the thing generate for you from the POS. My own are 5206 hash. You will come send them. As you send them, you go verify the merchant where you dey pay to and the amount where you dey pay. Then you go put your USSD pin. Then send. As my transaction not complete, the cashier will come print out as normal 2 receipts, one for the merchant and one for the customer. dey shock you, abi? Na so Coralpay to do. Correct people. Next time when you enter anywhere, just request to pay with Seagate USSD on POS.
Okay. Thank you very much. So that was a brief video of Seagate USSD, right? It's an option, a payment option that uses USSD to facilitate payments. So if you are one of those that you are not very comfortable with using your card to make payments, like we are here in the trade fair, a lot of purchases are going on. I have actually paid for some items here using Seagate USSD. Interestingly, it's in most POSs that you find around because we already have connections, we already have relationships with most of the banks, and these banks issue these POS terminals to their customers. So when you get to a place and you don't have your ATM card to use, you can actually request to use Seagate USSD, and it's going to generate a 4-digit code for you. You dial that on your phone and you make a payment. It's as simple as that. Can we go back to the slide, please? Okay. So we also have Seagate USSD in the web, right? It's not just for POS. So if you want to book a flight, you can actually select Pay with USSD. Now, the interesting thing about Seagate USSD that we've done is that we've partnered with so many people to offer it as a white labeled solution. So you will not be seeing Coralpay there. What you'll be seeing is Pay with USSD. So it is likely that if you have ever paid with USSD, you have used a Coralpay solution to pay, right? And the good thing about it is your card details are safe if you don't want to share them online. That's an option that you can use. So for our, so let me just, okay, this is it. Pay with Seagate USSD on mobile, on POS and web. You dial your bank code, *000* reference code on your phone. The reference code is the 4-digit reference code. Now, there is another version of Seagate USSD that we call the straight dial solution. So while the president was making his remark, he mentioned about financial inclusion. What straight dial does is to drive financial inclusion. Where do we have the high numbers of, of heads of population not financially included in the ecosystem? It's in the rural areas, right, where they don't have facilities, where they don't have internet and all that. However, the telecommunication networks have managed to get there, so you can actually make a call. Now, what we have done on the straight dial solution is to enable you to do transactions even though you don't have internet. You can still make payments with your phone as long as you have GSM connectivity, and you don't need a smartphone. So it's still a version of Seagate USSD. So what you need to dial is, if you pull out your feature phone, you can dial your bank code. The 000 at the middle represents Coralpay. Then you dial, you input the merchant code and amount, right? So for instance, let's say we want to pay for a Dangote product, right? And we have given Dangote a merchant code of 111. So I can dial my UBA bank code *000* 111 representing Dangote, and then I put the amount and hash, and that payment happens. I don't need internet for that payment to happen. So that's one of the things we do. And these are some of the use cases. You use it to fund wallets for those of us that are into gaming, and wallet funding, there are some, we can also use it in churches for collections, right? So churches can display their bank code and their church code. You can use it for in-store merchants. So if you are a merchant, I saw someone that sells food somewhere in the event center. He doesn't have a POS, but incidentally, he has something placed on his table that says dial star, bank code star, his merchant code and amount. And that was what I used to pay. He doesn't have a POS, but he's collecting payments, right? Schools also have the ability to use this. Agency banking networks also have this, So these are opportunities to help make financial inclusion possible for people that you are either not in the area where there is coverage, or you don't have the infrastructure, So that's what Seagate USSD can help you do, which is a Coralpay product. Now, on our transaction switching and acquiring, I've spoken about us standing in between different financial institutions and merchants to switch their transactions, So that is what we do here. We can help you acquire your transactions. We can help you process your transactions and settle them. We give you guarantee that if you do transactions through us, you're going to get your money, right? That is one of the mandates that switches have. Now we have another novel product called DigiPOS. So it's a software-based solution which transforms your regular phone to a POS. So today we realize that it's difficult for people to go to banks, request for a terminal. Those terminals cost money. So most banks will tell you maybe you need to have done transaction with us for a certain period before we can give you a terminal or something, Now, what we have done is to build a solution where your phone can be used in place of a POS, right? You can collect payments with the various payment options. You can collect payments with USSD, you can collect payments with card, you can collect payments with, all the other options you would use, on POS and more. So that is what DigiPOS does. Then we have another novel product called the FinPay Biometric Payment Authentication. Now this one is particularly interesting because it uses your finger vein to authorize your transaction. Now, not your fingerprint, your finger vein. So there are instances where people will say, I received a debit on my account, I wasn't there, Now, with FinPay, no transaction will be authorized unless you are physically there and you are using your finger vein. Now, what that means is it's reading the veins in your finger. So even if someone cuts off your finger to go and use it to make a payment, the finger is not alive, so that transaction will not work, So that is also something we have in the market today. So if your kind of business is something that you want the customer to be physically present for that transaction to happen, this is an option that you may want to go for, okay? Then, of course, we have pay with bank transfer and we have NQR. This is if you want to make payments by scanning QR codes, we can offer that service to you also. So normally what we do is when we have merchants and businesses come to us, we offer them these things in a package. And that is what we call the Coralpay Payment Gateway. So that package is going to be payment option with card, with USSD, with QR, or with pay with bank transfer, right? So pay with bank transfer is when you want to make a payment and they tell you, okay, transfer to this account or pay to this account. So what we do is we offer this as a bundle to merchants that want to use it. We offer it to banks, we offer it to telecommunication companies, anybody that wants to accept payments. So you have various options like this. Now, we also have our bills payment platform. This will apply to people that want to offer bills payment services and also to banks and other financial institutions. So we enable your customers to pay for their airtime, internet, digital TV, electricity, transport, whatever it is, as long as it's bills payments. We make that possible to your customers. So what we do is we have gone to gather these billers and we put them in one place, and we can tell a bank, let's say a UBA, come and take this service, put it on your bank app. Anybody that is a UBA customer can go to your bank app and buy airtime. Now, you as the UBA customer will see it as a UBA service, but it's actually being offered at the back end by a company like Coralpay. So we offer bills payments, and also it's not just for banks. You can decide that you want to be an aggregator. You build your website and you decide to offer bills payments platforms. If you look at most of these agency banking people, POS people on the roadside, they offer these services, right? You can pay for your internet or airtime or electricity from their kiosk, and we make this possible for them. So if we have agency banking platforms participating here, or anyone intending to participate in agency banking platform, you can also reach us. We can offer these services to you. And this is our contact. You can reach us through email, phone, or you can check our website. Our website is well designed to receive customers' communications. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abachuku. We still have MTN to join us later. We also have, later today, we also have John Ventures to join us. But I'm sure with what has been presented, we may have one or two questions. But before we take questions, as Mr. Abachuku has been invited to sign the register as one of our patrons for this year's fair, that is Coralpay. Let me quickly present some members of the Trade Promotion Board present. We have Mrs. Victoria Badino, who is the chairman of the Marketing, Communication and Protocol Committee. We have Princess Thank you. We have Princess Layo Bakari Okewo. I'm sure when I want to buy envelopes, I can do transfer through So, Princess, when I want to patronize, I'll just use paper. Yes. Then we have Mr. Abiodun Oladapo, who is a member of the Trade Promotion Board. My brother, my friend, Prince Kunle Adubale, is the chairman of the Specialized Exhibition Committee. But as you see him, I don't know how many of you know Mikio Medical Services is at Oshodi. There is no amen to take there. You can be sure it is cured. Amen, somebody? Yes, I've used it before, so I know. Now, shortly we'll be inviting the chairman of the Trade Promotion Board. Oh, sorry. Oh, my darling treasurer. Sorry, ma, I've not collected my money. And without your signature, I cannot collect. Sorry, this is Olajumoke Fashanu FCA, is the treasurer. Oh, my apologies, ma. DG, please let me beg treasurer. Thank you very much. Very shortly, I'll be invited.
Thank you. In those areas, maybe there are no banks available, right? Especially in the rural areas. But a POS machine is mobile and can be moved around. So if I am an agency banking network, I can go and establish a base in one of those rural areas and start offering financial services there. So things that you would have done in the bank, like making deposits or withdrawing cash, you can go to the agency network, deposit your cash. Okay.
That's what all those roadside POS does.
Exactly.
But when you are saying this QRI code,
Yes.
what
QR.
I'm sorry to be inquisitive, but
It's fine.
because I too do some solutions when it comes to RFID.
Okay.
What is the protection that you are giving your customer, supposing there's a card reader nearby? You know, it's just bam, the money is off. And if just in case, I'm just trying to think, I'm just thinking aloud, if there's a card reader close by,
Yes.
what happens to my money? I'm just thinking like a customer now.
Okay, so for QR, right? QR is actually safe. It's not. I think what you're trying to explain is tap to pay. That's where you tap. So the tap to pay in Nigeria today, the regulators have not enabled you to just tap and go. You are actually meant to put in your authorization details, which is maybe your PIN for tap to pay today in Nigeria. That's the way it. If any solution like that is working without authorization, it is not the way it is supposed to work, and that is because of the kind of climb we are in, right? So for QR is a different setup where you have to scan a unique code, a unique QR generated by the merchant. So you are present and aware of that transaction. You are the one scanning it by yourself, right? Now, for tap to pay, that will not happen if the merchant is set up properly. You must input your authorization PIN, unlike in maybe foreign countries where they have what is called a floor limit. So, for instance, they will allow you to do a transaction up to 5,000, let's say up to $2 without authorization. So you just tap your card and you are debited. Now, the reason why they have a cap is because they want to mitigate against loss through fraud if someone gets hold of your card. But in Nigeria today, if you want to do tap to pay, you must input your authorization PIN.
Well, I think I'll have to engage you privately. I don't want to engage you throughout, but I'm afraid when it comes to, especially tap to pay, even scanning with hackers around.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, you don't deal with customers directly. You only deal with banks.
Yes,
Okay.
but anyway, however, like that is one of the reasons why we're here. We are looking at beginning to engage individuals,
I'm
right?
one of your customers when you are ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just about to say that you said you don't have charges. It is not possible. There's no free lunch in Mecca now. How can you be serving back? For example, I use iRecharge.
Okay.
And it's a bank. Yours is not. How about e-Naira?
So we don't. We so like I said before, right? If you check iRecharge, you probably see pay with USSD there.
Yes.
So that is us.
Wait, no scroll. I won't tell you.
So that is us extending the USSD service to iRecharge. However, iRecharge will charge you based on their own
Great.
rate. The relationship we have is with iRecharge. So I can't tell you what iRecharge, I won't tell you that they are for free or not.
That's what he said. He said the banks, you are giving the services to the banks free of charge. Thank you very much. Any other question, please? Only the chamber is dominating the question and answer session. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Alex. I want to know if you have any plan for startups regarding the financial, like e-payment thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a broad question. What kind of plans to support them in their handling payments? Definitely. If you set up as a startup and you want a means to accept payment, maybe you are offering services to your customers and you are thinking about, oh, how do they pay me? How do I collect their money? We will definitely give you payment solutions. Yes, we do that.
Going? No, they are not gone. They are here. They are here. But I think one advice is that you already have 2 or more people from the chamber that are interested. So maybe you do a formal letter to the president through the DG so that they can help you coordinate. And better still, join the chamber.
That is good. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've listened to Coralpay. I'm told that the MTN forum is postponed, so we'll reconvene later in the day to celebrate with John Ventures, and that will be at 3 o'clock. As we round off, you're invited to join Coralpay at the pavilion so that you can get to know more, especially about the USSD. With that said, I'd now like to invite the President to make that presentation, and after that, Mr. Akukpolui, Engineer Akukpolui will move the vote of thanks. Mr. President, sir.
Yeah, our good friends from Coralpay. It was a great pleasure and privilege to give this to you. The blog for this year's street fair, so you can go through it. You have access to all the exhibitors who are here to also promote your own business. Later, at the end of the fair, we'll be giving you your flag as somebody who has taken part. Oh, they're not sponsors, but you also have a flag anyway. I'm sure next year will be sponsored next year. Yeah. So because the sponsors have a flag, what you have is certificate. So maybe next year you try and be a sponsor. Congratulations.
Yeah. On behalf of the President, Council and member of Trade Promotion Board of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I wish to express our gratitude to the leadership of Coralpay for sponsoring this special day for this year trade fair. Coralpay, I look at you and you had Africa gold standard for payment and process. Cora and good. I've checked your website and I see that you are very secure, convenient, and efficient. What else can we ask for? Somebody said at the beginning that we were shocked to see what you are seeing here. And I told the young man that I was shook to say your language. When I got in here, I had my jacket on. And in order for the guy to know that we are still in the market, I quickly off my jacket. Why are we in the market? We've been in the market for over 8 years, started by our president. We have what we call ICT. We are your clan, people that wear your kind of t-shirt like me, and put under your wristwatch that I'm trying to copy. That is where to be. We have a lot of success story in ICT that is meant for you, specially tailored for you, run by people like you. Then here, this is where you express yourself to the whole world. Therefore, you have to have a combination of ICT and international trade fair for you to grow with MTN. That is, maybe because of you, they want to give you enough time for you to express yourself. And I know that you will see meet and we see introduce you to many other companies. But like my friend said, be a part of the chamber. There are so many other things that we can do together. And I can assure you, a lot of success story. Just as we said, we won't take much of your time, but there are so many things that we can still do together. Because you are secure, you are good, you become diamond, by God's grace, and platinum. Now, on behalf of the chamber once again, we say thank you for being part of us, and we are expecting you on the 3rd of November, 2023 to the 12th of November. That will be a Friday 3rd and 12th of November, or Sunday 12th of November, 2023. And once again, at that time, you will permit me to wear my agbada at that time. Thank you very much for all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sorry, I'm corrected. You write to the DG. All correspondences to the Secretariat. The President will still get to see it. But I know by next week we'll receive your application to join us. Now I can tell our partnership, maybe what Engineer Kukolo is talking about, it might be our fintech company for the trade fair next year. I'm not proposing anything. That will be one of the benefits of your coming today. So this day has not been wasted. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to join us for Joint Ventures special day at 3 o'clock. With that, shall we rise for the Nigerian National Anthem. Thank you very much. You're invited to Coralpay Pavilion. Go and learn more about USS and other financial products that they provide. Thank you.
Until the night is over.